Good morning. Good morning. Are we all able to unmute our mics and respond? Please check if you can unmute your mic and respond.
Morning, ma'am. Morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you. So as we are waiting for Mr. Mshayavano, please can we have a short discussion, a recap of what we did yesterday? We just want to have a recap, a summary of what we discussed, because it is the foundation of understanding the semester course. So can anyone tell us what's the purpose of a business plan? What's the purpose of business?
Yeah, okay. Morning, ma'am. So yesterday we covered the introduction to business planning. So for the purpose of a business plan, the main purpose is about what the business plan is answering. Like is to the purpose of a business plan is to answer why you are writing it, right? Like there's a lot of reasons that you can focus on for your business plan. Like for example, to test a certain business idea, to seek funding, to attract investors, or grow and expand an existing business. So just in short, a business plan it's a document that tells you what you want to do, how you would do it, and how much money you make. In technical terms, a business plan is a comprehensive document that outlines the goals, strategies, operations, and financial focus of a business. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
My name is Kudzanai Dindimgwe.
Tazoti network yangu connected yako. Just kumbonzi kesho.
You can't hear.
We can hear you now.
The thing is, there's someone else with something to add on, or it's been covered. For this plan, there's someone else on. Explain everything. And my second question is this plan benefit from the business plan. Okay, I will also try to send some questions in our chat. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are now audible.
Okay, I'm asking, who benefits from the business plan? Or who uses the business plan?
Stakeholders.
Okay, what's your name? Hello. Okay, thank you. You said stakeholders. Who else? Who else benefits from the business plan, or who else uses the business plan?
Okay, so the business plan. Okay, is there someone else? Let me wait for someone else to.
You can go ahead.
Okay, so just to add up on what was said, so the business plan is used by stakeholders. So the stakeholders, just to specify them, they can be bankers, they can be venture capitalists, business angels, investors, or even potential employees. Um, and you as well, the person who have made the business plan, you can use it since you're the one who is responsible for for building the your company. So the business plan, like what was said, that is used by investors. It's used to see if that venture, that business that you are trying to raise up, if it's worth investing in, if it's worth uh, worth succeeding, or any partnerships.
From okay, on you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
What are
Mereka break up, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. I think your network is really unstable, because the next moment it's working and then the next moment it's breaking. Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you, Mr. Say.
Yes, sir.
It's okay. So just wait for our lecturers to come. I think I'll just do a roundup of what we learned yesterday. So first of all, let me answer the question that was posted by ma'am of SDGs. So the SDGs, in my own opinion, or what I've learned, SDGs stands for Sustainable Development Goals. So these are goals that were set by the United Nations to eradicate the problems that the world faces. So they are there are a total of 17 SDG goals, with some of them uh, answering certain things like health, education, collaboration between countries and states, and climate change and so on. So now just going to back to our lecture yesterday. So we're doing the introduction to the business plan. So a business plan, like what I said yesterday, in simple terms, because most of the things that we'll be doing, our lectures they put it in a, in a way it is very complicated. So I'll try to answer in a way it's really very simple, so that uh, you can easily understand. So a business plan and is just a document that shows what a business wants to do, how they'll do it, and how much money they'll make. That's what a business plan is in simple terms. So the business plan, it serves as a roadmap or a guideline for entrepreneurs to start or run a successful venture. Uh, what they what they are saying is that with a business plan, right, a company or entrepreneurs, they can be able to to run their venture to succeed, because they've planned everything very well. So we also covered purposes of a business plan, saying that the purpose of a business plan, right, is to answer why you are writing it. What it simply means, this equity business plan, for you to make a business plan, there's a certain reason behind it. Kuti iwewe, if you are writing a business plan, pane there's something chachatokonza kuti ugadzire business plan iyoyo. So these reasons, they vary. Some of the reasons are like to test a certain business idea, to launch a new venture, to grow and expand an existing business, improve your business strategy, seek funding, or attract investors. So all of these reasons can be a reason for you for you to make a business plan, right? So moving on, we also covered why we are studying the business plan course, which covers a lot of benefits to you, such as entrepreneurial skills, meaning that you can be able to think strategically and be able to do market analysis and what. The second one was for startup preparation, meaning you get certain tools for you to define your business idea, what you are selling, right? And you'll be able to get tools to find your target market. Target market is exactly, it means good who will be buying your things, and you'll be able to check the competition, or in other words, who else is selling the same product you're making. And other things are like career advancement, investment opportunities, critical thinking, and what. Most of the things are in the document. So the next thing was, who reads your business plan? So your business plan and Kwekadzera, if you make it, it will be read by the investors, the people that you want to attract, could provide financial backing to your business, and also my business angels, venture capitalists, those ones who you want to partner with, and also my bankers and potential employees. So a business plan, right? It has certain elements or components. It has a cover page. That's the first thing, and it is an executive summary. Like what was said, an executive summary. It's a summary of all the things in the business plan, and it is written at the end. Like when you finished your business plan, you then write your executive summary. But still, in the business plan, you put it in the front, like just after the cover page, right? Yeah, the executive summary. And then we have business description, describing what the business is all about. We have management in organization plan, marketing plan, operations plans, financial plan, and the appendix. The appendix, from what was said, is optional, but I think it would be very wise to include it, because that's where you can attach your information. You can attach certain crucial information that can be very advantageous to your cause compared to others without it. And then we moved on to the importances of the business plan, where we mentioned a lot of importance. Like I'll just give you the points only for sake of time. There was clarity of vision, meaning it forces the entrepreneur to define the business concepts, objectives, and strategies. There's also strategic direction, attracting investors, resource allocation, risk management, measuring progress, communication tool. So communication too, just to clarify it, as a business plan, it tells stakeholders the value, market chance, and advantage, right? It's like the business plan, it's a way of building trust and getting support. That's what it is all about. And also the importance of a business plan is for operational efficiency, to make sure that your business, it runs efficiently. And there are also some additional importances as well, which we mentioned, which are to clarify an idea, to boost success, to give knowledge, send funding needs, to draw investors and spot risk, so that you can be able to fix them on paper first. So that's basically the rundown of the lecture, without the notices and the guidelines were given before the lecture. So yeah, I think I've seen our lecturer getting into the lecture. I think I will stop for now.
Ya, makasih pemirsa.
Okay, good morning.
Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Bedo Mataka, good morning. Arme, Bedo Mataka.
Wankambo Buddha, because the network was unstable. I'm not sure if he came back.
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for the recap of yesterday's lecture. Thank you, Kudzanai, for leading the recap here. Yeah, you were on point. I think today you'll be able to also write the key notes, so that you can also share with some colleagues who are unable to join because of number limits on this platform. So next week, I think we'll try to use this application called Ion XR. I think it's found on the e-learning platform, on the HIT e-learning platform. Ion XR. So I think starting next week we'll be using that platform. I heard that it accommodates unlimited number for participants from the guys from ICTS. So we are going to use that platform starting next week. So we need to test it first with our colleagues in the department, and also find out how it works before we share with you. So today we are going to cover feasibility study. feasibility study. Okay, so today we are covering feasibility study. I think you can see my slides, right? So what do you understand by feasibility study? The term feasibility study. Anyone to contribute? You can just unmute and make a contribution.
Okay, so feasibility study.
Okay, I think feasibility study is sort of like when we prepare a business plan, we do a feasibility study whereby we try to come up with what customers they think about our product. Their response is sort of, or even the investors, they can tell us, do you think our business plan or our product we have come up with, is it successful? What are the chances of it to be successful? I think that's feasibility.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. It's correct. So it's an exercise that you take as a technopreneur, as an entrepreneur, before you launch. You want to test whether it's worth to continue investing in that project, in that product, in that business, whether there is a market opportunity. So you test this with the potential customers and also with experts from the industry that you are operating in. So that's the feasibility study. So the learning objective for this lecture is to be able to define feasibility study, to explain the importance of carrying feasibility study before launching a business, to be able to carry out feasibility study, to be able to write a feasibility report. So at the end of this exercise of feasibility study, you should be able to write a feasibility report where you report on the various elements of feasibility based on opinions or responses from the industry experts and from the prospective customers. So what is a feasibility study? So a technopreneur can use a feasibility study in order to decide if there is enough demand for a product or a service. So you need to test whether there is enough demand. I think currently you have some ideas from your business, HIT2200 projects, but those ideas have not been tested with the users. Maybe you want to develop a certain system that will be used by universities or by high schools or by the local authorities, but those ideas have never been tested with the market, with the industry experts, because in your HIT200 project or in your department, before you launch your business. So we are saying that a feasibility study is the process that tests a business concept. It allows the entrepreneur to decide whether a new business concept is potential. So we want to test the potential of a business concept. So what you do, you come up with a business concept. It's a one-page document where you outline you describe the project, the product that you want to commercialize, that you want to launch to the market, the target market, the management team, the distribution channels, and other aspects that are important, so that when the the prospective customer or the industry experts read that concept, they're able to answer the questionnaire, they attach the questionnaire on the different aspects of feasibility elements. So it is very important to develop what we call a business concept. We are going to look at the contents of a business concept. So a feasibility study can help a technopreneur to determine whether business conditions are appropriate to go forward with starting a business, whether the conditions are appropriate to go forward with starting a business. Maybe sometimes the experts, they will tell you that it's not the right time to invest in that business idea because of the events that are happening in the economic environment, maybe issue of exchange rate fluctuations, maybe interest rates issues, maybe because of inflation and other changing consumer preferences. Maybe issued consumer disposable income. They may tell you that to launch this business, I think it's for now, for the time being, it's not worth it. You may maybe wait until the conditions are appropriate. So you want to test that business idea with the people who have the knowledge of the industry, people who will be the customer. Then why is this exercise important? Importance of feasibility study. It provides the big picture. It can show you where you are going in the long-term future. It gives new alternative solutions, because when the industry experts tell you that the conditions are not appropriate at the moment to proceed with launching your business, or starting your company, or developing a full product, you can maybe decide on offering an alternative product or system, alternative solutions that align with the current conditions. It also helps you to evaluate alternatives. So maybe you may test different concepts, business concepts at the same time, 2 or 3 business concepts, so that you can evaluate which one can we proceed with. It also helps to identify reasons not to proceed or proceed. Then enhance the probability of success by addressing and mitigating factors earlier on that could affect the project. So based on the views from the business experts, industry experts and customers, you can address some of the limitations, some of the weaknesses of your product or a prototype before you launch, before you manufacture the product at full capacity. Because when you do feasibility study, you may also need to test the product, the product that you are going to launch. If it's a system, you just test the prototype of the system, so that you can enhance it, you can improve it, so that you can improve the probability of success. They can tell you, can you also add a link that will be able, that will make it, make the seat councils able to do this. Maybe it's for investigation processes. Can you also add a link that will help students to do this, or to see this, to download this? So you can improve on the prototype, on the product, or on the idea before you launch. Okay. So it provides quality information for decision making. You receive very important information that can help you to make good decisions as the owners of the company. It provides documentation that the business venture was thoroughly investigated. This is very important. That documentation is very important to investors. So some investors, when you pitch your ideas at pitching competition, at business plan competition, they want also to see this documented, this evidence that You undertook the feasibility study. You tested your business concept with the prospective customers, with the industry experts, and they gave you some ideas to improve it, because they do not want to invest their money in an idea which is not feasible in the long term. Nowadays, we are talking of sustainability issues. Sustainability. We want companies that can last for a long time, not just maybe operate for 1 year or less than a year and close because of difficult conditions. So you need to provide this documentation to investors. It's very, very important. So you need to carry out the feasibility study. It helps in securing funding from lending institutions and other monetary sources. Yes, because if you have this documentation, they can develop confidence that this idea was thoroughly tested. And you can also provide them with the feasibility report to show that sure you've done the exercise. We can also attach the questionnaires, the completed questionnaires from these experts and customers, so that they can see that sure you've done the exercise. It also helps to attract equity investment. So equity investment, we mean people who can buy shares in a company in exchange for business ownership. They can buy shares so that they can also be part of ownership of the business. So feasibility analysis, it's about testing an opportunity. It's about testing an idea. So you need to test an opportunity. You need to develop what we call a business concept. What is a business concept? It is a clear and concise description of a business opportunity. It contains 5 elements: the product or service that you are providing, you briefly describe it, the customers or the target market, the benefit of the product to the market, the distribution channels that you are going to use to make it available to the market, and the management team, people who are leading the company or be leading the operations of the company. Then its purpose is to focus your thinking. Is to focus your thinking. So if you have a great idea, you need to develop a business concept. Once you have an idea for a new business, define it by writing a clear and concise business concept. So it's concise, it's not long, it's a 1-page document, but it should cover these 5 elements. So it's a 1-page document which includes a description of the product or service, the intended target market, the benefits of the product or service, the product or service positioning relative to competitors, a description of how the product or service will be sold, that is the distribution channel, and also a brief description of the management team to say which skills do these people, team possess. So you need to describe briefly the skills that he possesses. Any comments? Any questions so far?
Just to confirm, the business concept is the one that you said is a 1-page document, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
So it should not be also. Yeah, it should not be more than 1 page.
Okay. Can you also come again when you said that the business concept is comprised of 5? You said something about 5 things. I want people to hear clearly over this.
Okay, so we are saying that the business concept consists of 5 main elements. The 1-page business concept. So this is the first page but you are going to attach questionnaires, one for prospective customers, one for prospective, so for industry experts. So the concept just describes your business idea. What is it that you intend to offer to the market? That is the product. Who is the target? Who are you targeting with that product or a system or a service? Why? What are the benefits of that product or service to those intended customers, to the target market? And how are you going to make the product or service available to the market? And who is spearheading this project, this business idea? That is the team. So you cannot just give a prospective customer a questionnaire and expect them to answer about your product before they can understand what are you trying to offer to the market. So first they need to understand from the business concept what is that you are trying to offer to the market. Then they can now complete the questionnaires with full information. So these are the 5 elements. The product or service in a business concept. We have product or service section where we are looking at what is being offered, or what do you intend to offer. This is the solution to the problem. What is the problem? What are you intending to offer, and what problem is the product or service addressing? What is the gap that you are trying to address? The product or service positioning relative to competitors. How are you going to position your product relative to competitors? Maybe you are not the first to offer such kind of a product. Then, so you need to tell us why do you think your product or service will be better than that of the competitors? Briefly, in a paragraph, not in point form, you write each element in a paragraph. Then we have target market. Who is the target market for that product that you intend to offer? These are the people who pay for the product, the customers. The target market, they pay for the product or service. Who are they? Are you targeting the local authorities? Are you targeting banking institutions, commercial banks, microfinance, SMEs, etc.? Benefits and features. What are the benefits? So you need to promote. So benefits promotes or enhances the value of product. Features, distinctive aspects, quality, characteristics of the product. So what are the benefits? What are the key features that makes the product or service better than that of the existing customers, competitors? Then the management. Then we have distribution channel. Are you going to distribute through retailers, resellers, mail order, internet, or door to door? How are you going to is it direct sale? So you need to tell how are you going to make it available? Are you going to make the product available through Google Play Store, etc.? Maybe people are going to download it from this platform. So you need to tell us. Are they going to access it through your website, etc.? So management team, a brief description of campus management team, key skills that can contribute to business success. So you need to test the feasibility study in the market and also or in the industry. So feasibility questions, your feasibility questions should focus on customers, that is prospective customers, product and services that you are providing. Questions should also be focused on founding team members, or founding team or management team, competition issues, startup needs, value chain. And value chain, we are talking about distribution channel. Then the industry, whether the industry is growing, the industry is in the growth stage, is the maturity stage, declining, because we don't want to waste your time investing in an industry that is actually declining. So there is no sustainability in that business idea. So when you develop your feasibility questionnaires, the questionnaires should focus on all these aspects. So, but maybe you are going to develop a questionnaire for prospective customers and for the industry experts. Maybe each to do with the industry. You may need to ask a value chain, or you may need to ask the industry experts. Even so, testing the industry. So the broadest level of feasibility analysis looks at the industry in which the business will operate. So what is an industry? It is a group of business with a common industry, a common interest. Like we can talk of agriculture industry, we can talk of mining industry. So you need to test with the experts from the industry. They know the dynamics of that environment, that industry. Then you need to talk to the customers. You need to talk to the customers. Those are the people who pay for the product. So people most likely to buy a business products and services. Target customers, we are saying these are the people most likely to buy a business product or service. So the most important part of the feasibility study is testing customers to measure interest and identify the targeting customers. So you need to measure their interest for your product or service before you launch, commercialize it, because you don't want to waste your resources. So you need also to have a prototype. It's very important if you can have a prototype when you do the feasibility study. So a prototype is a working model used by entrepreneurs to determine what it takes to develop their product or service. Since you don't have intellectual property at the moment, protection of your business idea, you don't go with your fully developed product or service, because some people can actually steal your idea and commercialize before you. So you need to just maybe test a working model of the product. So to consider all of the requirements of a product or service, create a prototype. I think for your HIT2201 project, you already have some prototypes that you have developed or that you are developing. So you can actually demonstrate those prototypes with the target market, with the prospective customers, or with industry experts, so that they can give you ideas to improve on your prototypes. Testing product or a service. Okay, any person so far? Okay, if there are no questions, so we are talking of testing prototype, product or service requirements. So like I said, you need to design a prototype. So these types of prototypes may not be physical. They may not need to have a tangible product, which means they are designed. Maybe they are blueprints, maybe they are storyboards, maybe they are flow charts that map out the business and the process that will take place at the business. So you may not go to the market, the industry, with a fully working prototype, but with the flow chart of how the prototype works. Then intellectual property. If you have money, you may need to protect a prototype through patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets before you present them to the prospective customers and industry experts. So you may need to protect your idea through IP. Studying the competition. So you also need to create feasibility study to study the competition. You may use what you call a competitive grid, which is a tool for organizing important information about a business ranger's competition. So it's an easy way to evaluate the competition. It's an easy way to evaluate the competition. For example, after carrying out your feasibility study, you may actually develop this competitive grid. For example, this was for companies in the fitness industry. For example, competitors with those focusing on large gyms, DVD fitness program, or 2max fitness. So you look at which customers are they targeting, what are the benefits of their products, what channel are they using to make their products available to the market, and what are their strengths and weaknesses. So after the feasibility, the industry experts or customers, they will give you information about competition. So when you do competitor analysis on your marketing plan, you can actually use this template on your marketing plan. On your marketing plan, there's a section on competitor analysis. You can actually use this template based also on the information that you have obtained from the market. You also need to analyze the value chain through feasibility study. So what is the value chain? This is the distribution channel through which a product or service flows from the producer to the customers. And a business can create a competitive advantage by improving the value chain of the distribution channels or its products and services. The value chain includes manufacturers, distributors, retailers, etc. So we have this assignment for you. It's due on 6 March 2026. So it's on business concept statement and feasibility study. It's a group assignment. You submit as groups. I hope today your class reps are going to submit a list of groups from your classes. So write a business concept statement and feasibility report for your proposed product or service idea. Show the concept statement to 10 to 15 prospective customers and to at least 5 industry experts. It's due on 6 March. But maybe if you're targeting one company, you can just show the concept to that organization. Maybe you're targeting Zimra, a system to be used by Zimra or by another city council. So, but within that company, you can just administer questionnaires to 10 or 15 people, or 8 people who you think have the knowledge of how your product can work. Then you also need to show them to industry experts. You need at least 5 industry experts. So draft and attach 2 different questionnaires, one for prospective customers and one for industry experts to the concept statement. So first the concept statement, followed by the questionnaires. So for customer questionnaire, you attach the concept statement. For industry experts, also attach the concept statement. So tell them, ask them. So in your questionnaires, because there are 2 questionnaires for customer and for industry experts, you need to ask questions like this. You may add some of questions that you think they are necessary for your product or service. So ask them to tell things they like or dislike about your product or service. Because after they read the concept statement, you need to ask them, what do they like about the product or dislike? Tell them to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the product or service and provide suggestions for making it better. Allow them to make suggestions to make it better. So your questionnaire should have an open-ended question. You leave some some lines for them to complete, to write and provide their suggestions. They ask them to justify whether they think that product or service is feasible or will be successful. And they need to justify why. If they say, this idea is not feasible, they need to justify why. Ask them to comment on the industry attractiveness and the potential threats. This question is for industry experts. Why do they think the industry is attractive, and what are the threats in the industry that you want to venture into? Ask them to tell whether the product or service idea is technically feasible. Ask them to whether this is for, especially for industry experts, whether the product is or service is technically feasible. Whether the product or service is technically feasible. Because you may want to introduce a certain system that work on an operating system which is too expensive for you to obtain. So maybe the underlying technology that the system should run on, maybe you don't have access on it. Maybe in Zimbabwe don't have such infrastructure for you to run that system or software. So you need to test whether it's technically feasible, whether it's something that you can design. I know students sometimes come up with this idea that are out of this world, but want to know, is it something that can be done? So the industry experts will also advise you on that. Also ask them to comment on the legal requirements to venture in the suggested industry. Maybe some industry require there are some legal requirements for you to actually venture into that business. Maybe you need to comply with certain statutory instruments, maybe with certain bylaws, maybe with certain legal instruments from ministries. So you need to maybe you may say, I want to develop this software that will be used by security apparatus. So you need to understand whether it's legal to develop something like that. Maybe you can develop a system here, which one of the system here information is so you need to actually allow them to comment whether on the legal requirements to venture into that. Then you also need to ask them to tell if the management team has necessary skills to realize their vision, whether the management team has the necessary skills to realize their vision. Because the industry experts can tell you that I think you didn't have the adequate skills that can make this project happen. There is lack of skills, so you need to ask them whether your team has the essential skills necessary. So also ask them to comment on the capital investment required to successfully venture into the business. So we are talking about financial feasibility here, because some of the business ideas requires a lot of money, a lot of capital investment. Maybe it's something that you cannot achieve because of financial constraints. Things are hard in Zimbabwe. Maybe even in financial institutions, they cannot fund you to such huge amounts for you to launch your company. Maybe it requires $1 million for you to do that, but they will still, where are you going to get that $1 billion? Is it feasible that you are going to find an investor who will give you $1 million? So you need to also ask them to comment on capital investment required. So, a recap of the business concept statement. The concept statement should be concise and include the following. 1, product or service to be offered. Product service features and benefits. Target market. Management team and their relevant skills. And deliver distribution channels in one page. So after, so when you design a questionnaire, you put a short paragraph before the questions. Then you indicate at the top to say industry expert questionnaire, if it's for industry experts, or customer or prospective customer questionnaire or customer questionnaire. Then you briefly introduce your team to say, we are students from the Institute of Technology. We are undertaking a feasibility study to test our business concept on this. Then would you please kindly answer the following questions? Then question number 1, the answer. You put some spaces for them some lines for them to answer. So before you administer the questionnaires to the industry experts and customer, you need to show your questionnaire and business concept to the supervisor, so that the supervisor can see if the concept is well written, the questions in the questionnaire are well structured, because we don't want embarrassment where people from the industry will say, this is the quality of work, what students from HIT are being taught. They don't know how to design a questionnaire, they don't know how to write a business concept. Maybe they will see a lot of grammatical errors. So want to protect the image of HIT. So before you administer a questionnaire and business concept to the outsiders, please show it to the supervisor so that they can approve. I think when you submit your list of groups today, we are going to allocate groups among us as supervisors, so that we tell you this is your supervisor. This is your supervisor, so that you know who to approach with your concepts and with your questionnaires for approval. Then, so after the questionnaires are completed, after the feasibility study has been completed, you now need to write a feasibility report based on the comments from the experts and from the prospective customers. So it's a report on what they have said. So we have different elements on a feasibility study report. So the components of a feasibility study report. So first, you put a brief introduction. So to say, this report, we are reporting on the feasibility report, feasibility study exercise that was taken to test a business concept about this. Then the product was service feasibility. So on this aspect component of feasibility report, so this is components of a feasibility report, not study. Product or service feasibility. You report on whether the product or service is desirable, whether the customers desired the product or they did not. If they did not, you need to tell us why. If they desired it, also briefly tell why they desired it. Is there demand for the product? Are there any weakness involved? Of our conclusion, is it feasible? Then we go to market feasibility. Describe the current market size. Maybe this you can find from published work. Competition. The industry experts and the customer may also tell you about how is the nature of competition in that industry. So pricing, maybe you can ask questions in your feasibility, in your questionnaire about how same products are being priced. Also, you may need to describe initial sales, identify potential threats and solutions. Then organizational feasibility. This is about management ability or skills, experience, qualifications, resource sufficiency, or cost. So we are looking at a report outlining whether the experts perceive it that you have the essential skills necessary to make it happen, to launch the product or sales or to launch the business, or whether the business is enough, resources, whether you have enough resources to launch the business, or you can tell us the cost requirements to launch the business, the key cost requirements. Then in a paragraph, so you don't write in point form, don't use AI, don't write in point form. The technical feasibility, we need expert opinion on the cost structure, maybe how much is required, maybe to come up with that system, that product. And technology proposed, does it have risks? The present technical resources of the organization to develop that solution, evaluation of hardware software requirements, and how it meets the needs of the proposed system. So all the questions that you are going to ask should also be aligned to these components of the feasibility report. Then we have legal feasibility. Determine whether the proposed system conflicts with the legal requirements, if there are any legal requirements that conflict with your system or product or service, and how are you going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with the legal conflicts? Then financial feasibility, projections, cash flows. You can make some simple projections, whether something that is viable, something that we can make money with. Payback period, cost benefit, risk factors. So this is the end of my presentation. Any questions? Any clarification that you need? Any clarifications? Victor.
Okay, say I want to ask you on the assignment you give us on feasibility study. You say we are drafting 2 questions, one for the industry and one for the customer question, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to ask, what actually are we writing a feasibility study for? We want us them, the customers in the industries, to say, look, idea is right, or you need to amend on this, or what actually?
Okay, so the purpose of a business of feasibility study is to test a business concept. Or a business concept, we are just talking about a business idea. Like I said, in a HIT2201 project, you have some business ideas, maybe identified problems in the communities, in the societies, and you decided to develop something to address those problems or to close those gaps. So you are just testing your idea with the people who will be using the product or service, and the people who have knowledge about the industry. If it's the telecommunications industry, IT industry, banking industry, so you need to get some ideas from people who have the experience. in that industry. So we are saying that you cannot just proceed with an idea that will not work, or could develop a system that cannot work to address the current problems. Because you know who is going to use that system. So you test that idea with those people so that you test if it's worth, proceeding with the investing resources in developing that system. So yeah, that's the reason for feasibility study.
Okay, so the feasibility study is drafted before we drafted the business plan. We just drafted the feasibility study.
Exactly. Yes, that is what we are saying. To say before you write a business plan, because the purpose of writing a business plan is to launch a company. A company will be providing a product or service. So before you put a lot of resources in that, you want to test whether those services that will be providing after registering a company will be something that is wanted or needed by the market.
Okay. Okay, fine. All right. Mamno zokta.
So at start tatanga kunyora business plan. The next patotanga chapter 1 ndipo tenge kutanga kunyora business plan. Apa tinomboita preliminary actions, preparations. Tozonyora business plan, takuziva zvatoda kunyora, taane information about idea yedu iri kudiwa here nemarket, ma-experts vari kuti chii. So some of the experts, maybe my lecturer, they can be part of the industry experts. They know about that area, so you can ask them questions. So to just tanga business plan, tanga chapter 1 of the business plan.
Okay, so feasibility study marketing is going to depend on feasibility tinoita before tatanga the business plan, but tinozoita tatone that product.
Yes, marketing tikatatoona chinja tikudiwa chicha tikudaka, but marketing takutoisa pa social media kana kuno newspaper kuti vanhu vachiuya vachitenga product yedu, but patiri kutesta, it's like a marketing, it's just a mini research yatinoita nevanhu vashoma. We are doing that research with a few people to test that is it something that is desirable? Is it something that is worth pursuing? Is it something that is viable in terms of giving you revenue in the future? So kutakuita marketing tatoni chinhu chatatogadzeta takutoda kutoti chiwana mari manje, but apa hatisi kutengesa. Marketing takuda mari apa, we are not selling anything. We want to seek for ideas to improve.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, and another student to contribute, please feel free to make your contributions.
Okay, so just also contribute on the feasibility study, like what Victor was asking, feasibility study before or what. So in my opinion, it's like this. So we carry out feasibility study to see if we can proceed with our product, right? And then when we go to our business plan management, we then include the reports of the feasibility study clearly showing each type of feasibility study. If it is illegal, we say our product is like this. So at the end, it's legally feasible. If it is financial, our product needs this certain amount, and therefore it's financially feasible. So I think if it is a document, we are now putting a report, but we are started by doing the study so that we can see if we can proceed with our business idea concept.
Yes, very true, Kudzanai. So, like I said yesterday, at the end of the business plan, you can put some appendices like your CVs, maybe you can also attach the feasibility report to say that when we developed this business plan, we had done some feasibility study, and this is the appendix to the attached report based on the feasibility that we have undertaken. So you can actually put the feasibility report as an attachment to the business plan, as an appendices, maybe after the CVs of the management team. Any other contributions? So I said it's due on 6 March. Next week on Friday. Next week, but one on Friday. Yes, Victor.
All right. Saka, by next week on Friday, we should have organizational feasibility, technical, legal feasibility, they said.
On 6 March, next week, but one Friday.
Those are not for the
The report was the feasibility study. It's only one day. I'm not going to nema prospective customer. I'm going to complete my questionnaire. Then nema industry experts. I should go complete my questionnaires. Then you write a report. In terms of product feasibility, our product is feasible because of this reasons. The prospective customer said this. They like it because it does this. Experts said this. Market feasibility is feasible, not feasible because of this. So if they say it's not feasible, so it's you cannot proceed with launching a company which is feasible. Another idea. So yeah, so now you are next on 6 report on 6, but you cannot just submit a report. You attach the completed questionnaires to the feasibility report. So you attach the completed questionnaire to the feasibility report. You also attach the business concept. First, business concept, feasibility report, then the completed questionnaires at the back when you submit the assignment. Any other questions? Ndikona pana na Ashile wakawanda mtetwa mazarura zichawo wano wachinga tauro pana niko hapo Blessed Chisweto. Delphine Ian Mawile, please make your contributions. Yes, Mufaro.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, you can contribute.
So our question is related to the business plan, Nyadzima groups and the departments. So we had made an arrangement in another group, another department in the same school near the School of IT. So we heard about my possible conflicts. Nekuti HIT2201 ne Techno business plan dates are not going to clash. So I wanted to find out, is there a possible way you could join another group, Techno, IT, without compromising clash yet HIT2201 near the Techno business plan presentations?
We don't have any problems with the students joining or collaborating among departments. IT, group IT, computer science, or a group software engineer and e-commerce. We don't have any problem with that. It's just group 7 or 8. From no submit, we don't have any problem with that.
Okay, so such those are confirm out my dates. My dates my HIT2201 since like take my different departments. I use a clash here. Vange vachinze vari HIT2201 the same date Techno.
No, we coordinate with the as departments. Tinototaurana nevanhu vekumadepartment kusukuru kwenyu maschools kwenyu. So like maybe during the SWOT week, for maybe Tuesday and Wednesday, all departments will know that we will be having a business plan presentation, final business plan presentation. And the system is out on Monday or Thursday, Friday. Among my departments, I think my HIT2201. So as a clash, it's not a total run in my departments. The research coordinators from your departments.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shaman.
But if it's possible to just organize yourself in groups with members from your own department, zvekuzonzi umwe vanzi ngauye kune zvakati nemalectura avo imi mukuda kuitawo zvenyu zveproject zvinogona kuzonetsa pakushanda, but mukangoita vanhu team from your respective departments zvinenge zvakanaka, but cross departments collaboration zvinenge zvakanaka futi, we share knowledge zvinenge zvakanaka, as long as you are going to manage kusangana pamunoita muchidiscassa. Kwete zvozoti vamwe vanoda kusangana, mumwe ari kuti tine lecture motadza kusangana, kana kuti munoda kuuya for supervision, mumwe ari kuti haisisi nguva yei tine lecture, motadza kuzoya pakakwana, zvinoita kuti zvisafamba zvakanaka, plus pane mamarks esupervision ka munozomashaya akanaka. Any other contributions? Yes, love joy. Also, Arnold number. You can comment. Leslie.
I have no comments here.
Okay, Sean, you can comment. So, how many have joined the e-portfolio platform? If you have anything to ask, you can go ahead. How many have joined the e-learning portfolio? E-learning platform. Let me just check on my class. How many have joined the class? I want to see how many have joined my class. How many have joined? vanhu vapinda 400 something. Saka mese mapinda muclass handiti e-portfolio. Pane vane machallenges here? Anyone with challenges? Anyone with challenges? Yes, you can go ahead.
Which are my challenges because I haven't registered. Saka ma classes angu api pa HIT e-learning platform.
Oh, okay. So you haven't registered for any class, any course. Hello?
Hello, sorry, Sanda.
I said you haven't registered for any course for this semester.
No, sir.
Okay. When are you going to register?
I think end of February.
Okay. So I think you'll be able to join. Okay, let me see something. I want to share. I want to test. I want to test. Yeah. Select. Okay, so thank you for attending. So let me see this. Honey, a new application to Shandisa for my lectures. It was ENXR. So tikuda kuti chakutumira link yekuti tozongotesta kuona kuti munhu wese anopinda here. Maybe in the afternoon kana pamunenge musina zvekuita. Because iye inoaccommodata munhu wese. Okay. Okay, so thank you for attending. I think we can end the lecture if there are no further questions. If there are no further questions, thank you for attending. We can end the lecture.